And we're live, folks. Today, it is big game Sunday. So we about to go and get the up out of here real quick. But before we get out of here, we got to get in here. When we get in here, we're going to talk about the slap heard around the world at the press conference in Vegas. We got to talk about the road to WrestleMania. And shout out to AEW for finally doing something we asked y'all to do. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. It's simple. Yo, welcome everybody to another episode of Reasonable Wrestling. It's I, the Most High, Trent Roller. I told him my tag team partner, CT, aka Chief Bang. What's happening?
What's good? Bang, bang. Cheaty gang. We're here. Listen, we're here to talk to you about the week that was in professional wrestling. There's a line right through my face. Watch out. But we're here talking about the week that was in professional wrestling. Thank y'all for tuning in. We're going to talk about everything involving WrestleMania and, the road to WrestleMania, as he mentioned. But before we get into all that, please like the video. Please subscribe. Hollow at us on RW Podcast 1 on Twitter. See our takes on there as well. Hollow at us on everywhere else is Reasonable Wrestling, whether you're on YouTube, whether you're on Instagram, whether you're on TikTok, on any medias of social. Just search Reasonable Wrestling and follow your boys. But yeah, man, we're here to get into it today, man. We're here to talk about the slap heard around the world, as Chris mentioned. And he is talking about the WrestleMania 40, WrestleMania XL Extra Large press conference. And boy, oh boy, does it seem like it's going to be a big show coming up.
They don't make extra larges like they used to. Say all the fat people right now.
I guess so, right? That is true. I mean, extra large ain't what it used to be, but this year it's going to be pretty damn big. With the people's champion, so to speak, Rocky, joining the fray. The whole drama of last week of who should face Roman Reigns in the main event of WrestleMania. I came on here. I told you I don't see how they change it from Rock and Roman and then Cody Seth, because the way they set it up, I'm like, I just need to know why. I'm gonna be happy either way, no matter what. But I'm like, how do they get to? Because the fans' outcry was. Let's go back to last.
What's your boys say?
Wait. Time out. Let's go back to last Friday when Cody himself said, "I want that title, but not at WrestleMania." He said it out of his own mouth, bruh. So, and The Rock shows up, people go crazy. And then that whole weekend, all week, pretty much until the press conference, it was a "We Want Cody" outcry from fans. I believed that first of all, I didn't realize that outcry was going to be so visceral. Like, I knew I wanted to see Cody and Rock, but I was like, oh, okay, people are cheering The Rock. People should be happy to see The Rock. Another dream match we all wanted. I didn't think it was going to be so viral. I didn't think that it was going to be so toxic even. Like, I didn't think the fans were going to be so upset by Cody giving up his spot to The Rock. Me personally, I thought it didn't make much sense, considering if you want to run the Royal Rumble, you're going to choose, to go after your dream, the dream you had since you were a kid. You're going to choose that moment to finally capitalize on that dream. What's the reason behind Cody not taking that match? So I didn't understand it at all. But then, like you said, you said things could change, and I'm like, I don't see how The Rock is not in it. And still to this day, I'm going to tell you right now, The Rock has to wrestle. The Rock has to wrestle Roman. I don't think The Rock is not being added to this match. But you're right. Things can change. And I'm like, all right. But I did tell you last week, I'm going to wait and see. I'm going to wait and see. I'm going to watch it, and I'm like, but I said at this point, I'm going to take I'm going to accept what they're giving me, which it seems like it's going to be Cody, Seth, Rock, Roman. And at that point, I didn't want to get worked up about it,
You know why I fuck with you? because you'll do some shit in private, but you don't mind coming in public and then because we have an a tizzy in the group chat in the group chat.
We did,
and
man.
You were not backing down, and I'm like, you need to back down, bro. I do the show with I hear, you said rock and roll. You said it has to be rock and roll, and I'm like, brother,
wait a minute, time out.
I said you weren't listening. In the group chat, you got little pennies in the bunch in there. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta understand something. Listen, on this podcast, Chris is very much how you say this, a gaslighter. Put it this way, he's very much a gaslighter, so he'll take something I say, he'll hold on to like 2 or 3 words from it and remove the entire context of what I'm talking about and say I'm saying something completely different, and then say, "Huh, you don't listen. You didn't listen." And I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here, man." Like, I'm the one coming to the podcast, bringing information, bringing things that are happening outside of what we see on WWE TV and saying, "Hey, look at this," On the group chat, me and him had a little spat because, it was 2 days in a row. One day was about it being the rub. He said that Cody needed a rub from The Rock. I
didn't say he needed a rub. Don't misquote me, bro. Pull up the voice notes. I didn't say he need the rub. What I did say, because Brett's your fucking guy, you got your pains in a bunch 2 days in a row, correct? Yes, I said that this feels like when Brett got the rub from Hogan, and you said Brett didn't get no rub from Hogan. That was a detriment to Brett. Brett had to scrap his way from the bottom. Hogan, and I was like, bro, hold on. I hear what you're saying. I heard what I'm saying is that fans like yourself, as you are now,
don't put me in a box with anybody because I have context but what I'm talking about.
Wrestlers fans like yourself,
oh my God,
30 years later, who still love what Brett did for you as a wrestling fan, feel as if Hogan was a detriment to the growth of Bret Hart. That is a true statement, because when Hogan came back after WrestleMania 8 and took Bret's spot at WrestleMania 9, that then elevated Bret from 9 to 10 on a run that put that nigga in the stratosphere.
And all I'm trying to say is Bret was on that trajectory regardless of Hogan taking his spot. And so accounting Hogan for any type of influence or rub to Bret is a misnomer, bro. It's not true.
But this is what I'm trying to. But what's funny about that is context is just like you say that. We had this argument before the fucking press conference in regards to Cody Rhodes
absolutely
having a rub or getting a rub from Rock, and you said, Cody, bro, don't need nothing from The Rock. Cody's already there, and what I'm trying to tell you is, Cody ain't been on ESPN since before he got the shit slapped out of him. That's all I'm telling you.
All right, listen. I'm gonna say this. If ESPN's your barometer, then you're right. That's your barometer. Then cool.
ESPN is not my barometer. My barometer is outside of the wrestling niche, which is again, as you say, Bret was already there. Bret probably was already going to be on The Simpsons. Bret was already probably going to be champion. Bret probably already is going to be. What I am saying is,
but Cody's been on the Today Show before. It's not like he's just been on not being on ESPN. He's been on the Today Show. He's done things outside of the WWE wrestling niche. He actually was on years ago on Arrow. Now, granted, that's a CW network television show, but he's acted before. Cody is he's not like this uber like non-known wrestler.
Neither is Bret
in the Indies
Hart.
that needs The Rock.
Neither is Bret. That wasn't my point. My point is saying, again, when we have the podcast last week and you saying there's no way that they can get themselves out of it, they booked themselves in the corner. It got to be Cody. It got to be Cody and Seth. They flipped the script made Cody hotter than motherfucking fish grease, and Rock literally rubbed that nigga by slapping the white off his face.
Now, here's what I told you.
I'm Nostradamus with it.
Here's what I told you. I said to you in the group chat about Cody getting the rub that something can happen from now until WrestleMania. Didn't I say that? I said I'm going to give you that. I said, but if something can happen from now to WrestleMania, that gives Cody a rub. But I said that Cody giving up his spot to The Rock is not a rub. That's what I said. Cody giving up his spot to The Rock is not a rub. And that is fact. But what happened at the press conference was indeed a rub. And I have to hand that to you because
and Brett didn't give up his spot. Brett didn't do the Cody, right? So again, it's not really apples to apples, but Brett's spot got took it, right? Brett had a WrestleMania main event with Yokozuna, WrestleMania 9, and the nigga, and listen, if Brett loses through disqualification or through squat in his eyes and Yokozuna hit him with the squash and boom, 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 cool, that's fine. Brett can lose that way. But the fact that business was done, politics, like we say, where Hogan's like, I'm back, Vinnie Mac. And Vinnie Mac is like, shit. Hey, man, Brett, I know. I'm sorry, but Hulkster's back, man. We're in LA.
Already in a tag match earlier that night.
And lost.
Brutus Barber kicking against the IRS and Ted DiBiase. Money Incorporated, that was a really good tag team, but yeah, they lost, and then he comes back at the end of the night, and he after Brett loses, he challenges Yokozuna and beats the undefeated Yokozuna in main event of WrestleMania. It's Hulk Hogan back on top. Oh, Hogan's back, and he's wearing the red and yellow, and it's cool in the moment. But here's the thing that I really want to hammer home: what's best for the business going forward? An old Hollywood superstar coming back to take the spot of a person who's younger and who's going to have legs and moving forward and move the business forward, or you giving that spot to somebody who's that younger star and them, who has already earned a spot, winning at WrestleMania, or at least even getting the match. And that's where I was kind of like getting to. The Rock, if Cody was going to say, I'm going to face Seth, then yes, he's not getting a rub from The Rock, but he didn't. Him and what they did at that press conference, like I said to you guys in the group chat, is a masterclass in promotion for WrestleMania. What I said to you was the rub that is being given, more than anything, is a rub that's being given to WrestleMania as an event. And The Rock is doing that. Whether he faces Roman one-on-one, or now if it's a triple threat, or whatever they plan on doing further, it's that people are tuning in and saying, wow, what's going on here? Okay. He's talking about his family. We're talking about family, so if we're talking about family, I think everybody can vibe with that. When The Rock says, hey, listen, if you're talking about his family, you're talking about my family. You're talking about his blood, you're talking about my blood. When he says those things on ESPN, NBC, whatever you want to put this clip on, if you are not even watching wrestling, you can understand that you're defending somebody, your family. You can understand that story. And you can understand that Cody's defending his family. And you can buy in at WrestleMania because it's going to be on Peacock, and you're going to tune in, or you're going to buy a ticket and come see it. So I honestly think, shout out to everybody involved: Rock, Triple H, Cody, Roman, Seth, everybody who made that event what it was in that moment, what it was. I thought was incredible. I think that it could have been a little bit more fluid, because I think that Cody's music should have hit before he came out or something, but it seemed a little choppy, but it still did what it needed to do. And then the backstage interaction between The Rock and Triple H, where he's like, yo, fix this shit. The little, pieces of, little details, that add more realism to it, even though blending the fiction and reality is what you need for people to buy into wrestling. And when wrestling's hot, when wrestling is done very well, oh my God, it's so good. And that's where we're at right now. But when it's done bad, it's really bad. But right now, we're not talking about that bad. It's really good right now. So shout out to Trips and everybody involved, because we're all tuned in on this road. Like, buckle up, man. It's going to be a ride.
What I will say is this. Cody, like CM Punk said, you gotta punch a nigga in the face. Niggas bring up your daddy every chance they get. and you play it cool. You ain't never slapped nobody. You ain't never fly off the handle. You ain't never be disrespectful. The fact that these niggas wanna then team up, like y'all wanna team up now. That is your match in elimination chamber.
Do you think the match is going to be Rock and Roman versus Seth and Cody?
Yes, I think that's the tag match in front.
I would love to see it. I would love to see it. I think they already got, I think they're going to be doing 2 elimination chambers, and then you get that tag match. Yeah, they're going to have a good show. They're going to have a really good show.
Speaking of that show on Raw, we got officially Nia and Rhea for that show. That's gonna be fire. Big Mama versus Big Mama. We got a Big Mama off.
Yeah, man. Mommy versus Big Fun. I think that Nia is doing some of her best work. I think Nia and Drew in particular, being the heels they've been over the past couple of months, have really shined as far in the women's division. Women's division is Nia as like the top heel force that I think has really shown, even though Rhea's a heel still, but she's kind of like a tweener because we still kind of root for her, we still kind of like her. But Nia's an all organic, authentic, pure heel. Love the work she's been doing over the past couple of months.
She came back. She came back on fire. And again, this is sports entertainment, right? You doubt a fucking athlete if you want to, right? You doubt you doubt their passion when they are hurt, bro. And wrestling ain't no fucking sports where you got an off season, you can recover, you can come back next season. Bro, she wrestling with no ACLs, or no disrespect, on her weight, on 300 days a year. And this ain't like the old days where they popping it, you know what I'm saying? Like, they got the medical stuff is, but that bro, running ropes off the top rope, squatting, still got to work out, still got to hit the gym, still got to drive, still got to fly. That takes a toll, bro. So shout out to her being able to leave, get her back, and then come back and be better. That's what I'm sorry because but I just wanted to.
No, you're 100% like right, man.
Nia did that.
We on this pod, we're fans of Nia and always have been. I think that the criticism she gets is just not fair all the time, because I think she's been a great heel before, but now I think she kind of like is embracing it. I don't know, something about her now, like she just really is embracing it. And at that moment, she's like, all right, let me be the villain, and she's owning it. So similar to, like I said, Drew, he's in a space where he's owning it, but I think that all in all, I'm glad she's back, and she's going to be a huge piece moving forward for getting over some of this young talent that's coming in, whether it be Jade Cargill, whether it be a Roxanne Perez in the future, whether it be a Tiffany Stratton. I think that Nia Jax is somebody you have to overcome, like almost like a how you say it, a gatekeeper almost. I like that role for her.
You know what's going to burn the world? Becky, I think. Listen, everybody think it's a foregone conclusion. Becky and Rhea.
Mm-hmm.
Bianca and Rhea.
I can't wait to see Bianca and Rhea again, but I'm not sure they're going to do it this year.
Bro, they got an opportunity to swerve us one more time, bro.
They do. They got
an opportunity. I just want to keep that open because Bianca I watched the show. Me and wifey got to finish it though. I ain't watched without her, but we watched it. And last year, she was like, Rhea got opportunity. Rhea won. Everybody know who it is everybody know what it is between me and Rhea.
Yeah.
And she picked Charlotte. If Bianca wins this elimination chamber, I already know she gunning for Rhea. You know what I'm saying? But
for sure.
What I was gonna say was gonna burn the world is Becky can beat Rhea at Mania, and Nia beats Becky for the title.
Ooh, I would like that, man. I'm not gonna front. I'm down with Nia being a champion again because she's been on fire for real. And mind you, Becky has not beaten her. So there's already
that's the story.
Yeah, there's already a built-in feud there where she's like, damn, like I have not been able to beat her. And if Nia beats her again and becomes champion, I think we need like mommy Rhea, she's just too cool. Like, you know, like when I said to you on the group chat, like if Cody Rhodes wins at WrestleMania, it's a new era. It is, because we haven't had a top babyface champion in so long, like at the top. You know, we can talk about Seth and all, but just not like Cody. Cody's a different type of babyface. He's like a freaking like true blue babyface, bro. At the top, we've been under the tyrant reign of Roman Reigns, a heel champion, for about 4 years now, and I think Cody's a changing of the guard if he does pull off the victory at WrestleMania. In the same liking, I think it's cool to build around a woman's heel champion like Nia for an extended period of time. I think that's how you get a lot of baby faces over.
Teeth,
huh?
I think that's what's almost cool about this Roman story and what you're about to allude to with Nia. How many heels lose their teeth to where they're not credible? You know, like, a heel is supposed to be somebody you are begging for them to lose, right? Roman is that.
Yeah.
Right? Nia can be that.
Oh, absolutely. Any moment, at any moment.
That makes that
if Nia gets drafted to SmackDown and Nia and Bayley go at it, that is a top babyface versus a top heel program off the rip. You know, so like, and we already know Nia can work with anybody, Bayley can work with anybody. I'm down to see it. You know, the potential to get Nia back as a champion and run the division as a heel, I'm liking that for 2024 at some point. I'm not saying it has to happen right away, but I'm liking what we're doing now. I do not think it's going to happen at Perth. Just think it's in Australia. Rhea Ripley versus Nia is going to be a good match, but this is for Rhea to overcome an obstacle on her way to main event.
This is for Rhea to get the baby face pop
for sure, exactly.
This is
in her home country. Yeah,
this is for Rhea to get that. When you say she a tweener, sure indeed.
Mm-hmm.
And tweeners get
until she goes to her home country where she's a pure babyface, like
exactly.
You know, so yeah, so this is for that. You can't put Becky in Perth with Rhea because then it's like yeah, it's gonna be a split.
This is almost like Canadian Stampede.
Exactly. For real.
Because Brett was a tweener. Brett was like, "Hey man, they don't like the niggas nation," and Brooke was like. You know, Brett was like, "Hey, I'm a good guy." I'm like, but honestly, I always had to look at Brett a little bit different because
Brett has always been down, yo.
He was like, "They said the nigga
word." Yeah, Brett is a stand-up dude, man. Man, but yeah, I'm excited to see where things go in the women's division. You got Rhea Ripley, Nia Jax for Perth. Also, as we mentioned, Becky Lynch has now, qualified, as well as Bianca Belair qualified for the Elimination Chamber. The possibilities of Bianca winning this it is possible. It would definitely have to pivot Becky's story in some facet of what she's going to do for WrestleMania. But I think that this WrestleMania is Nia. I mean, is Rhea's and Becky's, and I think that. Maybe next year we get a Bianca Rhea one face off. I genuinely can't wait to see it, but I think this WrestleMania is. I think we can get Jade and Bianca. I would like to see that just to get that.
Man,
it's a dream match.
Jade was like, "Listen, man, we might do something together," and I was like,
"Tag team."
The video.
You know what? Oh, yeah. Tag team, not for real. The tag team division is, is picking up. So a Jay Cargill Bianca tag team building to a storyline down the line with them, I'm down for that. It's domination, bro. You put them Kabuki Warriors together, you add in Kaden and Katana, you add in the I was about to say the Daughters of Destruction. What's their fucking name? Aladon and Abba Fire.
Yeah.
The Wicked Witches.
Listen, it's a it's a joint that's like hear me out, where you see certain Johns, you like hear me out. I see Illadon, I'm like hear me out.
Listen, I don't gotta hear nothing now. I already know. I've been peeping this for a minute. Aladon, there's something about that chick, man. I can't even front. It's just I don't know.
Oh man.
But yeah, man, I'm definitely excited to see where things can go with that. If they make a tag team and down the line that ends up giving Bianca Belair a Triple Crown championship, with winning the title, tag team title. She hasn't won that yet, so it was good to see her pivot a little bit because she's been dominant for so long. Go to tag division, and then come back around a little bit later. She's been undefeated at WrestleMania, so she got to win regardless of what she got.
That's the whole thing about it. She been on every WrestleMania. I'm just trying to figure out how we get her on WrestleMania. You know what I'm saying? Like, because for Bianca not to be on WrestleMania 40 would be a travesty.
She's gonna be there, and this is one way to do it. It's just either she faces Jade or she teams with Jade. I think that they look the part, like they could be a tag team. And I think they had the moment in the Royal Rumble, for a reason. They faced off. They haven't touched yet, So that could be like, hey man, I see you. You see me. We're powerful. Let's go ahead and like be a 2-woman power trip on this tag division. And they could have a match in it, like a fatal 4-way tag match WrestleMania with those 4 tag teams and just dominate them, clean them out. The entire match. It's like just completely dominate with the Bianca and Jade.
It all depends if Piper in there though, because ain't nobody dominating Piper. You feel me? That's another hear me out.
Piper Niven and Chelsea Green, yo. Hear me out. Yeah,
man. So speaking of tag teams, DIY faced Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne. And I thought the wrong tag team went over, bro.
It was a banger, bro.
It was a great match. I'm just criticizing the winner.
I hear you, bro.
I don't know.
I had a feeling they were going to win. I had a feeling Tyler and Pete were going to win because Pete, man, his change to Pete Dunne.
What does that do with Judgment Day in the tag team? Because does Pete Dunne
gives them
win it?
Well, it gives them a match at Perth. That's all it does. They're not winning it. No, Judgment Day is going into WrestleMania as tag champs.
Okay. Now that's my thing. So this was what I was thinking, right? DIY, Creed Brothers, Street Profits, New Day, like they need again. Well, I don't know what's going on with Street Profits, man. I don't really like. I ain't really digging the 6-man John because I don't know. They just feel.
Triple H says something on a press conference about like it's you can't give everybody the spot. It's just impossible about giving everybody the moment in the spot. And it looks like Street Profits do got to wait their turn again, unfortunately. But in the meantime, I don't mind there being a 6-man tag between the Street Profits, Bobby, and the Final Testament at WrestleMania. If they're not doing it at Perth, they can do it at WrestleMania.
That's a fire ass name, brother.
Final Testament.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I like what they're doing. I like their little logo too. It's pretty cool. But
it looked a little to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to you being a lip breather, brother. I'm you, my nigga, dog. Just, you know what I'm saying?
it looks
I'd
a
rather
little
say nigga on YouTube than the other word.
damn son. Um, it's okay. It's a little controversial. Be honest with you. Yeah, it's a little controversial. But hey, it's what we do. It's wrestling, bro. Put him in a 6-man tag WrestleMania.
It looked a little "don't tread on me" is what it looked like.
But you know, that's what I would do. I'll build to that. The G Pros don't need to have the tag titles right now because they've been on this opposite show and they haven't won. They're clearly trying to build something with Bobby and this group. Let this group get over. It hasn't really gotten that moment yet where you're like, okay, Bobby.
Shout out to B
I think
Fab though. B Fab.
yeah, shout out to B Fab joining the group. I think that's a good look for her. I do think that this group needs to go after Roman at some point, and I don't know if it's gonna happen until like maybe like summer or fall because Roman probably gonna take a hiatus. But
what would it do? What will Roman offer to him if Roman don't have the title?
Well, they can go after freaking Cody, or they can go. They have to go for the championship. They have to go, you know, and they have to be pushed into the main event of SmackDown. They're not. They're a mid card act right now. At some point, they will have to be a main card act. I do want to see Bobby and Roman again for a championship at some point, you know, but I don't know how you get there. I'll be honest with you. I'm not going to try to speculate. Even if it's just Jay Solo Roman versus Bobby and the Street Profits, I mean, I'm fine with that.
You know who's relevant right now? Jimmy.
I mean Jimmy. Did I say Jay? I meant Jimmy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy feels so. You're like a comedy actor almost.
I told you.
You feel me?
I said I didn't want him to be all comedy when he got here. You're like, hey, no, they don't gotta always be badass. I'm like, you're right, but this was an opportunity for him to.
And I lost his motivation. I don't know where his motivation is.
Exactly.
I don't know where.
As a character, they really fucked up his whole character when he left the Bloodline, screwed Jay, and then joined the Bloodline right after that. It doesn't make any sense. So unless they have a thing where he is like, you know, Roman Reigns is like, you know, telling him like, yo, to prove himself again, and then he has to, and then he's like, your brother Jay is going after the Intercontinental Championship. Are you going to let him win singles go before you? And then he interferes and costs him the Intercontinental Championship against Gunther.
That's what I was going to say. Jimmy to Jay at WrestleMania.
Yeah, so that's how we can get there. It still is a little bit wonky on Jimmy's end because he's just a flat out hater, but that's what he's a heel, you know. So that's what it is.
No, but he been a hater though. How many times he been low, and that's the story. Jay can be like, bro, every time I try to do something for me, bro, like you,
yeah,
you always make yourself in a way. Championship, tribal chief, Matt. Speaking of, I'm sorry, did you like? Okay, Rock been called the High Chief for a minute. And then that little joint, it say Dwayne The Rock Johnson, High Chief in the little joint.
Oh, it did?
Yes.
Oh, okay. In the tree?
Yeah, in the tree. It got High Chief. Now, Romans did say Tribal Chief, but I'm going to think, you know, in the military, you got your squad, you got your platoon, you got your battalion commander. You feel me? I'm assuming Rocky is High Chief Battalion Commander, and maybe Tribal Chief is just you got this company. You know what I'm saying? You got this platoon, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm very much willing to see where that story goes with that. But back to what we're saying, Jimmy always been a hater, bro. Jimmy,
and yeah, even when. You're right. Even when Roman said to Solo, "You're the tribal heir," and Jimmy's like, "Okay, the tribal heir." Okay, so yeah, he's a little bit. What's up, Dave? What's good? What's up, bro?
What's up,
Been a
yo?
minute. It's been too long, brother.
Bro, what's happening? You still got
Yo,
dreads? Did you cut them?
we gotta link up, bro. We gotta send him a link. We gotta get him on a pod. We gotta talk about this Marvel shit because it's about to get crazy. Secret Wars. I know right now it sucks, Days. I know right now it sucks, bro. But Secret Wars. I'm not sure if you saw the end of the Marvels. Secret Wars is gonna be lit.
Man. Secret Wars gonna be lit. I don't know if you saw season 2 low key. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? You dig me? Like, yo, we got a Iron Man, Thor, Captain America, the originals. We gotta link up, bro. You don't know Galactus, motherfucker.
Shit is ass right. You don't know Galactus. Loki was wild. Loki was good. I like Loki.
Was crazy, bro.
Yeah, I like Loki. That was honestly. I was telling my brother the other day. I was like, yo, Loki has the second best character arc out of anybody in Marvel. Number 1 is Tony Stark, and number 2 is Loki. The second best character arc out of any character. Loki is number 2. I think Thor is 3. But yeah, Tony number 1. But what Loki's gone through, he's gone from being a guy who wanted to be a god to now he's the god of like all time. That's fucking crazy.
Speaking of God all time, right? Gunther.
Okay. And that's why I'm wearing this shirt. He's trying to get him. Nah. It's love. Listen, it's great to see you, bro.
Man,
honestly,
bro,
anytime.
I can maneuver. We can dibble.
Anytime,
nigga,
bro.
pull up at the Super Bowl, nigga.
We can completely pivot, man.
You know what I'm saying? Nigga, send a link.
Yeah,
I see a link on top of it right now, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Word up, dog. Yo, hope you're doing well out there, bro. And
yeah, yo, your photography is killer right now, too, brother. Don't think I'll be paying attention to your ass snapping that camera, too, brother.
Sure, I need pictures. I might have to pull up, dog, for real.
But nigga, not now. It's cold as fuck in Minnesota. You might as well stay your ass in New York.
Word up, dog.
Yeah,
much love, brother.
man.
Much love, man. But yeah, Gunther, you were saying this guy right here pulled up the challenge for the Intercontinental Championship. Jey Uso, we were just mentioning that. Do you see Jey Uso beating Gunther? Because I was just mentioning the opportunity of Jimmy coming completely.
No, I didn't think Jey would beat him. I think that it would be a great match. I think as Jey always does, great comeback, super kick, splash, second super kick, 1, 2, pull out. It's Jimmy again, whatever, hoodie, whatever he need to do. And Jay be like, this was your last time, and then like complete this, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's a great build. I think that's
a good build too. I will just wanted to give Jay's credit because anytime he gets a mic, he got the crowd with him, bro. Anytime he gets a mic, he's been killing it. In that promo with Gunther, he killed that shit. And like those baby faces we talk about, he's up there too right now. And I do want to see him as a Intercontinental champion at some point. I do think he's worthy of that role. He's out after work he's put in for the past, I guess, 3 years with the travel, almost 4 years coming up.
Shout out to Gunther also putting that nigga in his place, brother. Like, slowly. I know you got ambitions, okay? Slow your fucking roll. Oos. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Gunther for being 600 days plus.
That nigga wanted to say, like, he been watching a lot of black movies. You should have said, I'll beat you like your daddy did. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, Gunther he killing right now on the mic.
He's on fire, bro.
Yes.
Gunther is ready for the main event. I've been saying it for the longest time. 600 days plus as Intercontinental champion, longest reigning Intercontinental champion of all time. If he held a world championship, he would be right between Roman and CM Punk, in the WWE Championship reigns. He'll be right between those two guys. Speaking of Roman Reigns and his reign, I want us all to realize Roman Reigns is around 650 something days around that of WWE champion. So regardless of him going all the way to, it might have held the Universal Championship longer than Hulk Hogan, but that WWE Championship is not as long as 1,000 days that we've been talking about. Even if he holds it till September, it won't be longer than Hulk Hogan's run. That's just making it clear that specific title won't be.
What'd you say?
Because he's at like 600.
No, he's not. Roman's at like 14.
No, that's the Universal Championship. They just combined them and they just added the reign to that. But you're talking about the specific WWE Championship, the one that's been around since the WWF. That one, he won that against Brock after a year of holding the Universal Championship, and he combined it when Brock won it from Bobby. He won it from Brock. That's the WWE Championship. He's held that one for a little over 600 days as well, 650 something, so even if he holds it to the September, he's not going to beat Hulk Hogan's reign. He's not going to even beat Pedro Morales. Actually, he might go over Pedro Morales with that championship. But if you talk about the Universal Championship, then yeah, he's past Pedro already, and he's on his way to pass Hogan's reign as like the person who held a title for the longest. If you're just talking about all the titles.
Well, and he's had it for damn near two WrestleManias. He won it at 38.
Yeah, that's my point. If it's two WrestleManias, that's what 700 days,
Yeah, and then plus the Universal that he had for how long? A year? Yeah.
Yeah.
But if they combined it, which they've already been combining it, where
so yeah, Romans is at 678 days. 678.
Where's the original lineage then? Because didn't they combine it previously?
The original lineage of what? The WWE Championship?
Yeah, because the WWE Championship was also combined when Randy and Cena did it.
Yeah, it was combined, but that just kept going. So when it was combined to Undisputed, that counts as the WWE Championship at that time. And then they split them again. They got the Universal Championship. That's what happened.
Right. So that's what I'm trying to say. What I'm asking when we get bogged down into it.
Yeah.
What I'm asking is the wing eagle belt turned into the Stone Cold Blue Circle belt, which then got combined with the big gold belt to have the undisputed title.
And it keeps that lineage, even though it's combined, it keeps that lineage, keeps going on, and it's undisputed. Eventually, they make the World Championship on Raw. They still have the undisputed lineage keep going from the WWE Championship, and it keeps going on and by itself. Eventually, they combine those two, and they're holding the two titles separately with Randy Orton and Cena, and they just call them undisputed champion, and then they made that into one.
Did they keep the because they had a SmackDown champion and they had a right. So when and that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, when they made the undisputed championship, it was the champion, and it still keeps the lineage from the WWF from all the way back then. Then they made the World Heavyweight Championship on Raw, and that's when you had the SmackDown champion was undisputed champion, World Championship on Raw. Then they started calling it the WWE Championship on SmackDown at some point to not say it's undisputed, and then that's when we started seeing the W on it. And then they combined it with the World Championship when The Rock, John Cena and Randy Orton had like a TLC match or something, and combined the championships. Randy Orton won that. He was walking around with two belts all that time, and then for like 2-3 years they were holding two belts the entire time. It was that's when Bryan Danielson won it at WrestleMania. The Yes Hope Movement was the following. So all that time they were holding two titles. Until the undisputed championship, until the Universal Championship was created, And that's when they made a new title for both of them. And they just put a big W on both of them and said, this is the WWE Championship combined with the World Championship. And then this is the Undisputed Championship. So the WWE Championship has always had a thread. They never got rid of it, you know? And right now
so Roman's thread with that championship is only at 700 or 600 and something days. You said.
Yeah, 670 whatever I just said. Yeah, 678.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, he has no shot beating Hulk Hogan, I think, unless he were to hold that championship for like another 2 years. So let's just like end that.
But if they combine the championship and combine the reigns, what they've always done, why aren't you counting that? Why aren't you counting the combined reigns?
I'm talking. I count when you won the WWE Championship, because if you're combining the reigns, you're almost saying that he was champion when he wasn't. He wasn't WWE champion, you know. So he's talking about the WWE Championship specifically. You know, he's held the Universal Championship for 1,000 whatever some odd days. Yeah, that's true, and that's its own little thing. But now that we have the WWE Universal Championship, that's what they call it. It's a combination of those two.
Yeah, I see it. It's on. It's actually on the title history on WWE.com.
Oh, okay. So they
678 days.
Yeah, so they keep it as canon, I guess. They make it. Yeah. Basically, they keep it as actual. What I'm saying, you know, they abide by what I'm saying as a stat, I guess. So that's cool.
Yes. So 678 days is correct with that particular title. Yes. And with the lineage of the Women's World Heavyweight Championship, Rhea is at 315 days. Okay. So she'll be going into WrestleMania well into
and I think she's gonna win
at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I have a feeling she's gonna win.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. But we'll see going. We'll have a lot of time until then. So a couple, about 7-8 weeks. So we'll see what happens. But moving along, we have Jay and Gunther. I can't wait to see that match. Great promo they'd had on Raw. Did want to touch on the woman. We already talked about the woman being added. Bailey had a good segment on SmackDown with Io just to build that up going forward. Anything of note that I need to say? No. We got a couple of qualifying matches coming up for the Elimination Chamber this upcoming week. So we'll tune into Raw and SmackDown. We will
Drew beat AJ Styles.
He's going to be in Elimination Chamber. Randy Orton beat Sami Zayn, so he's qualified for Elimination Chamber as well. All right. Days. Also, he says also.
You got it. Oh, my bad. You can control it. All right, man.
Not everything. I can control that only, but also y'all covering Vince McMahon step trapping his daughter. That basically lets you just like his ass on some white people. I want to see what y'all think about that. It wasn't his daughter that he sex trafficked. It wasn't. I know that there was like this thing going around where Stephanie,
Jesus Christ. No.
But we did talk about it. And it's ugly.
And also she does have a segment back in the day. I think I'll send it to you.
That segment. That's what people are getting kind of confused, because this young girl who was a staffer at WWE, apparently he got her the job there and kind of took advantage of her situation and started to mess around with her, and then now use her to get with some of his colleagues. And it sounds really nasty, really ugly. I'm sure a lot more will come out in the future, because the update right now is John Laurinaitis, who is his buddy, Ace Boone Coon, who he also was inside the text messages saying that he was, she was gonna do some sexual favors for him. That guy has now been questioned, and he says that he's a victim as well.
That nigga said, I am not Nino Brown.
Yeah, he's gonna tell.
There.
So yeah, he's gonna tell and say he says that he's the victim as well, and that he's gonna tell what's going on with Vince. So this is not the end of that story. It's gonna continue to see how things unfold. I have a hard time talking about it because it's so nasty, the things that we're seeing. But we shall see. We shall see, man.
From what I understand, also,
I can't read the text, bro. It's nasty.
Can't read the text. From what I am saying now, if Vince would have just paid what was obligated for him to pay, none of them come out.
Yeah, he was supposed to pay a non-disclosure agreement, and he stopped paying.
Yeah, and then once you do all this humiliating shit to me, and then don't give me my money, no, hell no. I'm gonna tell everybody. You gonna tell everybody. All right, I'm sorry. I
can't laugh about this shit. It's nasty, bro.
I know.
This shit is nasty. This shit is nasty, bro.
I know. And as I was doing it,
when you said she seemed like he liked. I forget. I'm not gonna go there. Let's just move on. Let's move on. Yeah, let's move on. All right. So,
Dave, you are fired as executive producer of this show.
Okay. All right. AEW?
Yes. We didn't even have to answer. We did, but we did. And then I made a horrible joke. That's going to stick with me, bro. It's going to stick with me because I didn't have to sing. I sang it. I didn't have to sing it, bro. I didn't have to sing it. I'm sorry.
Listen.
These are regretful tears, okay? These are not tears of laughter. These are regretful tears. I am sorry. Because I don't want people that I don't want people.
I think we're digging ourselves a grave, right?
No, I listen, I've already been that person before, making a bad joke because just joking, you know what I'm saying?
You're talking about paying money, and that's what we were joking about. We're not talking about the situation.
Yes, okay.
So let's just clarify that. We were joking about paying money and not giving somebody money. Hey, if you gave somebody some weed and they didn't pay your weed money, hey, come on.
Yes, I gotta, you know what I'm saying? Yes. If you say you was gonna do something for me and you didn't pay me for my services, I am going to tell because I need my money now. You know what I'm saying? So yes, I'm gonna tell everybody, and I could have said it just like that. Did not have to see. So we can go to AEW.
Oh God, man. Days, you're a menace. I'll just put that up real quick. Take that down real quick.
Let's hurry up before the damn Super Bowl come on, bro. You're killing me. Y'all killing me right now, bro. Y'all killing me right now, bro.
Oh man. Yo, man. Nah. We miss you, Days, man. This is what yeah. Shit like that, man. Those one-liners. Bruh. But AEW moving on.
Take this show on the road. This was impromptu, you know what I'm saying? We can be 85 South if we wanted to. 6553A is what this can be called.
We're gonna have MVP walk out on us like Rick Ross did. 85 South.
Yo, nigga. Nigga said I gotta use the bathroom and went to the car. Like, why would you do that? The bathroom right there. You know what I'm saying? Nigga said he left with the mic on. Like they said they heard.
They heard the car start up.
Oh man, bro, that's crazy.
Is that an engine start? What?
That's crazy, bro. I didn't know toilet sound like that. You know what I'm saying?
All right. AEW. All right, let's get to it. All right, so there's a couple of things I wanted to mention. One,
Queen
My birthday.
Amanada. Oh,
What?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Queen Amanada is the reason why I watch. Now,
Nah, she's fine. Queen Amanada. Yeah, man. Shout out to her. I think she's from.
hey now, hear me out.
I think she's from Ghana. Yeah, Guinea, America. Okay, she's Guinea. All right. Yeah, shout out to Queen Amanada. She seems like she's gonna be a player for a while.
And she's been having fire matches with fire opponents, being highlighted in big time matches. You know what I'm saying? Like she just wrestled fucking Tony Storm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The women's world. Listen, timeless is timeless. You know what I'm saying? So her being in the ring with her, I think she wrestled Serena Deeb. I think she wrestled Willow. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of fineness on fineness over there at AEW. You know, shout out to Tony. He's trying to take.
She's losing all the time though. She lost to Mariah May, lost to Thunder Rosa. I mean, eventually we got to get her a victory. So we're gonna hope for her to get a little rub, like we talk about eventually. But shout out to Queen Amina. We see what you're doing out there. Keep doing your thing, honey. Moving forward, we got let's keep it in the women. Let's keep it in the women division. Deonna Purrazzo, Toni Storm. Clearly, they got a history with each other. This goes way back to the PC. They showed the tattoos. I still love the promo they did a couple weeks ago where they had a split screen. One side was black and white. Then you got the colorful side with the virtuoso Deonna Purrazzo on there. Although I like my Jersey brethren or sister, Deonna Purrazzo, I cannot go against Toni Storm right now and what she's been doing. Deonna Purrazzo is new to AEW. She's doing her thing. She's a great wrestler, virtuosa. Like what her whole thing she did in Impact. But coming into AEW, you cannot have her go over Toni Storm. Also, the storyline behind that tattoo. Let's get some more from that because that shows the personal connection between y'all two. What is that about? So I like where they're going.
They don't have to tell me nothing. Just show more ankle. I'm an ankle man. You know what I'm saying? Just show up this play. All right. I mean, I am. It was this. It's attractive. It's attractive.
I'm sorry. I don't want to see no ankles, bro. But hey,
I hear you. I hear you. It's something about how it's presented.
I'm an ankle man. Damn. What are you, Dan Campbell? Yeah.
Shout out Dan Campbell out there.
Dan Campbell, man.
Also, with the women, you said something about somebody getting the win. Serena Deeb got a win and said she is back to show that she's the best women's professional wrestler and she's coming back for gold. Who gold? I don't know, but Athena, watch out. I think she's coming after you.
I liked Serena Deeb, and I wanted her to beat Thunder Rosa back then when she faced Thunder Rosa back 2 years ago, I think it was. Right now, we need to get her back to that spot. So she's coming for she's coming for who?
I don't know. She just said she's coming back for gold. So it can be the TBS championship of Julia Hart. It can be Toni Storm. It can be Athena with the Always Women's Championship. So she got options, which is why I say I think championships matter because now Serena Deeb got options over there, and they can sacrifice one to make her elevate the other.
Okay. All right. We shall see what moves on. I think the only person that really is getting me interested in the women's division is Toni Storm, really, and what she's got going on with Purrazzo. Granted, there's plenty of talented women there. Shout out Red Velvet, but I don't see the story. I'm a story guy, man. I like to see something building, so I'm gonna pay attention to Toni and what's going on there. You can't just say, "All right, look at her looking for championship gold," and I'm like bought in because I'm a fan of Serena Deeb. I like her wrestling, but all right, now is she going after Julia Hart? And the Julia Hart thing, to me, it's been cool with her and Sky Blue. But it's all, to me, it's all just image. Cool entrance, cool gear. And now where are we going from there? So I just want to see a little bit more. That's all. Moving on to the fellas. We getting what we want in the main event at Revolution, which is a triple threat between Samoa Joe, Hangman, Adam Page, and Adam Hangman Page and Swerve Strickland. They put on a banger of a match, Swerve and Page, as we knew they would, and it came to a time limit draw. These guys have hella chemistry, man. I really shout out to them because they went 30 minutes. Was it 30 minutes?
Something like that.
So, and move for move, the sequences they did, I thought were really intriguing, really dope. And for him to hit the house call and pin him, and just before it ends, 1, 2, and they say, hey, it's a time limit draw. I was really excited to see. I was hoping for the draw. I didn't know it was gonna be a time limit draw, but I was hoping for somewhat. But what I'm seeing more than anything is the way they wrestled was Swerve played the baby. If you didn't notice that, Swerve was the baby in this match. Hangman was the heel in this match. And by the end, Swerve was like, come on, let's 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. And Paige is like, you get nothing. You didn't beat me. You get nothing. I was like, that's dope.
That's all Paige won. Paige wanted nothing but to be in the vicinity. The reason why Swerve, so for him, every cover, Swerve main focus can't be Samoa Joe this match, right? He gotta eliminate Hangman, and then whatever's left go after Samoa Joe. And if I'm Samoa Joe, I'll let them niggas beat the fuck out of each other.
Word up, man. Man, walk away like he does on those dives. Just walk away from that shit. Let them kill each other.
Well, what I'm saying? What if we see Swerve and Hangman work as a team to eliminate Joe, and then it's just them each other for the championship?
Well, we got some time to Revolution. I think it's March 3rd. We got a couple weeks, 4 weeks or 4 to 3 weeks. So, I mean, between now and then, they can make it seem like that's plausible, because they're gonna have to have some promos where Joe is letting them fight, but they also recognize that the championship on the line, and they can, make it more what's the word? Give them more motivation. Other than we hate each other.
Swerve would do nothing more, and Hangman would do nothing more but to pin one another for the title, right? And Samoa Joe can make it seem has to kind of fight himself in here. You know what I'm saying? Like, wait, y'all want my championship? Like, yeah, nigga, we ain't gonna pin you. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna fuck this nigga for the title. You know what I'm saying? And Samoa Joe's like, nah, nigga, I'm legit. Yeah, get your fat ass out of here, bro. I want to pin him for the title, nigga. It's gonna mean more to pin him for the title, nigga.
Yeah, I can see that. All the man, they're all great. So I'm looking forward to the match. We'll see if we actually pay for it, but I'm definitely down to see it. Depending on the card moving forward, I think it's panning out to be a good show. We'll see. We'll see how things go, and I'm going to be open minded. But I love the feud that's going on with Hangman and Swerve, because it's looking like a double turn. That Swerve is turning into the baby, and Hangman's turning into the heel. I like how the dynamics are changing organically. Moving forward, AEW, big announcement. Again, Tony Khan, big announcement was they're going to be doing big business on my birthday, March 13th. And big business will be in Boston. And if you know Boston, there is a one free agent, the biggest free agent in the world, that hails from Boston. And her name is Mercedes Moné, formerly Miss Sasha Banks. So if you look at the flyer, and you know, it says Boston in the background with two S's with dollar signs through it. So it seems like they're hinting at wink, wink. We're going to be seeing Mercedes debut then for Dynamite. So bring your signs, you know, bring your cash register, whatever that is, and show some love for Mercedes Monet on
It'd be
March
funny
13th.
if it's CJ Perry.
No, it would not.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, it would be funny as fuck.
Also today dropped. I thought that we're getting Okada in WWE. Looks like Okada has signed a deal with AEW. They had to they snuck in the last minute, gave him a better deal, so he will be going to AEW at some point.
Jesus gave him a better. Of course, they gave him a better deal, man. Man, that nigga Tony Khan said, "You think I'm a daddy? Dad, can I get the platinum instead of the gold this time? Thank you."
You know what I'm saying?
All in all, I'm happy for AEW for acquiring these talents. I just pray that they use them properly. I know they're trying to do the ranking system now, make it more sports based. I say, listen, use your money to make a show that highlights the logic behind these rankings, because right now the rankings don't make any sense. They don't make any sense. So everybody, even your fans, are pointing out the incongruencies between what you just showed the rankings to be. That's not me, but you guys figure it out. I'm gonna be open-minded about the ranking system, but what happens when Okada shows up and Mercedes Moné shows up? Do they gotta start from the ground up? You know, do you got to work them up into becoming contention, or do you say, hey, listen, these are our biggest stars here. They won 2 matches, they're undefeated, and they get a title shot? What are they going to do at that point? You know, I don't know. So we'll see.
I mean, power rankings is power rankings, right? You know, it's power rankings have something to do with strength of schedule, popularity contest, how dominant your wins are, right? Like, you know, it's I mean, you kind of saw in college football this year, right? Like Florida State undefeated Power 5 conference champion, Georgia back to back undefeated for 2 seasons. The only losses to Alabama, who lost to the number 2 seed earlier in the year, had to fucking scrape by Auburn, and they somehow get it because they beat Georgia, which is the biggest win that anybody. That shit don't sound right, right? But it was what it was, and at the end of the day, those rankings will be what they will be. So when it comes to what you just brought the scenario of, I don't necessarily think it's going to be the 2 matches undefeated whoop-de-whoop, but I will say that when Mercedes Moné comes in, she's not working at the bottom. It's Tony Storm she's looking at. And if Tony Storm retains over Deonna Purrazzo, Mercedes Moné can walk in and get a title.
Then what's the point of the freaking rankings then?
I mean, what you mean was the point? I'm sorry.
I'm just saying there's no difference between what WWE does than if you have these ranking systems.
What I would say is this: coming into the season, Patrick Mahomes, the Chiefs, and San Francisco 49ers were considered the best teams to project it, right? They had to go through a season, they had to fight and whatever the case may be, but ultimately, who people think the best is more often times than not who the best is. So I would say with Mercedes coming in, she's going to have to do the introductory standardized. I go through a few because somebody interrupted my promo when I'm first trying to get off. But by the time Mercedes gets her title match, it's not going to be anybody else that we will want to see take her spot. So I think those rankings will be identified with such idealistically.
I mean, I don't mind the ranking system. I'm just saying, like you say, when Mercedes shows up, she's targeting Tony like right off the bat. So you're gonna have to now. It's just like a hurdle that we gotta go through in your booking process. To how we, because even booking is like alone without a ranking system can be convoluted and complicated. Now you gotta make the numbers match because the fans are not stupid. So eventually you're going to have fans like, what? This, why are we even doing this? And then you're going to scrap this thing within a year, anyways. So if you're going to bring it back, at least make it make sense and make it make sense to the fans, or else it's just like like a little
Well,
mask.
let me ask you, Swerve being number one can being number one. Did that made sense to you, right?
I mean, to me, that made sense only because we've been watching, him have victory after victory after victory. That made sense, yeah. But they just brought it back. You got to realize that, like, yeah, over the past couple of years, a couple of weeks or months, I should say, Swerve's been winning a lot, so they can go off of whatever they
Well,
want
what
because
I'm
they've been
telling
built anyway. So they're going to
yes,
put number.
what I'm telling you is when Okada comes in and walks in the door, you go like when you look at that roster, right? This is what I'm trying to say. When you looking at the roster, whoever 10 is, Okada's brother. How you doing, brother?
I'm just saying, with Okada coming in, when you look at the roster, how I want to see Okada face one of the best wrestlers on the roster. Now, it may not be reflected inside the ranking system. And on that ranking system, they only put 5 people on there. So there are people who with records that we don't see on the ranking system. There are people with undefeated records that are not in the top 5. Hook, who has lost maybe 1 or 2 matches this year. He's not even on the top 5, which it doesn't make much sense. Edge, who just lost the TNT Championship match to he won then lost back to Christian Cage. He's up there, So I see what they're doing, but it seems like a thin mask or veil of, hey, listen, just show this to the fans so they can buy into it. But we're really just gonna be booking the show our way and cooking our own way, and just make.
Well, I mean, that does make sense because it goes back to like, well, why are these people why
I just want to know, how does this work? If you want to do a sports base, all right, explain how this thing works. Have a sports little like mini show where you can explain
but
how the rankings are moving. It'll be cool to see, that's all.
I hear, but that's what I'm. But this is what I'm. That's more production. That's more whatever. They can get all that done in TV time, right?
Like they already have shows where they do stuff like that. Well, backstage segments and stuff like that they have to do with Renee, and they got something that they show every week called AEW something zone. I forget, but it's something extra they do to turn that into like a little produced show. You're sending all this money to pick up Mercedes and Okada. Well, I'm sure they threw the bag at both of them. But you can also put a little show together for like 30 minutes. That's not that much a week,
Wow, that's production. I hear what you're saying.
Take away AEW and do a sports recognition show. I get that AEW stuff is cool. They're doing a little comedy interviews. Turn that into a regular sports show. It's the same production cost,
But then you don't get Abaddon breaking character and being able to speak as themselves as she.
That's what the Chris Jericho podcast is for, or somebody else's podcast. Fuck that.
Okay, and we can move on.
Yeah, the AEW Control Center. That's what it was. They do that. They do that show where they recap everything, and then throw some rankings in there. That's it. It's not keep it's not that hard. But I'm just saying, just a suggestion. Oh yeah. So also Sting, nearly 40 years in the game, bro. Gotta give him his flowers, man. The dude's still diving off of shit, doing his thing, and now is a tag team champion in AEW. He didn't want to win it. The story's saying he didn't want to win a championship while he had his run. But I gotta say, at his age of 60 some odd years old, diving off things, giving all his to the business, and having this run with Darby, just want to give him his flowers because he's coming towards the end. And the matches he's have had over the past couple of weeks, going back to the stuff with uh, Will Hobbs and the Don Callis family, and then now with Ricky Starks and Big Bill, he's been putting on still at 60 years old good performances in the ring. And I know he's an older vet man, and you can't expect him to do so much, but for what he does, is entertaining, and the fans still love him. To be this over at this age, you got to hand the guy his flowers, give him his credit. He had his sons in attendance for this tag team match, and one of them looks exactly like he did back in the 80s. So shout out to him. And then they did an angle afterwards where the EVPs came in, Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson came in and attacked them and busted them open, all in white suits. So you saw the blood on the white suits. I thought it was a great visual. And the Young Bucks with their new EVP gimmick, I think is a great pivot for them. So going forward, I'm sure this is building toward a tag team match for the tag team titles at AEW Revolution, which will be Sting's last professional wrestling match, his farewell match. So I'm looking forward to seeing how they tell the story and how they culminate this guy's career, because he deserves a what do they call it when they send the guy off in the Navy and salute. He deserves a very a gracious swan song, put it that way.
Yeah, I think he did a great job being an old guy, being an old guy on the roster, really doing what was necessary, taking the reins of being responsible for really a lot of being a really strong glue guy, that veteran locker room. You know what I'm saying? And also going out there, he was Udonis Haslam. You feel me? Udonis Haslam, old as fuck, was out there practicing, getting there, lifting weights, doing it there, and was and on his last game, I think he dropped 25. And he was like, "Oh, OG, he dunked his shit." I was like, "Yeah, nigga, I still got it, Sting." Is Udonis Haslam right now. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Sting right there, big boy.
Yeah, man. He's the game is gonna be here's the thing, the Sting, the icon, if you put him in the Hall of Fame of like some of the top baby faces, I think he's on a Mount Rushmore. What I'm trying to say is, of the top baby faces in wrestling, like in the past, I think he's up there because he's always been loved no matter what. And just the way he's been working these past couple years and still beloved, I feel like only he can do that and still put on the performances he puts on, whether it's Anarchy in Arena or if it's whatever. He's always giving it all, and I don't know how he does it at his age. 60 is a very old age to be diving off of shit and getting it the next day, So yeah, shout out to Sting, man. I'm in awe sometimes with some of the shit he does, and I know we don't come in here and talk about him a lot because man, Sting, he's older. I just had to show him some love because we're getting to the end of his run, and wants to show him some respect.
I've been scared off of singing. I was going to sing. I ain't even going to do it. I'm scared off of singing for the rest of the. I've been shook since honestly. I've just been like, shit. Let me get to the end without fucking nothing else up, man. I'm like, who watching this show? Clearly somebody be watching our show. But I don't want the wrong people watching our show, nigga. When I do shit like that. Shout out to Steve, man.
Anything else you want to cover before we get up out of here?
Who you got for the Super Bowl?
I don't want to even see this game. I don't really want to see this game. Honestly, it's not the game I want to see. I'm rooting for 49ers, but I'm thinking it's gonna be the Chiefs.
If Cal can't get it done against this guy again, man, they calling this nigga Mahomes Jordan. it's gonna feel real Utah Jazz like if the Niners game win against Jordan again, nigga. So
They played during the season, right?
Huh?
They played them during the season?
I don't think so.
Oh, they didn't? Okay.
No, Baltimore played the Niners and the Lions in the season and beat the dog out of both of them. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I think the Chiefs are gonna win. So that's what I'll say. I'll keep it with the Chiefs. So yeah.
All right, I'm gonna pick the Niners. I'm gonna roll with the Niners.
Hey man, they win, I'll be happy because that's what I hope. That's my heart pick. My heart is the Niners. My mind is saying the Chiefs because I'm sorry, but Baltimore and Buffalo are harder teams than the Niners. I think unless the Niners have a great game and
them weapons about to get off. I think
if they can shake Lamar, they can shake Brock Purdy. That's my mindset.
But this is what I'm saying. Offensively, calling plays, why you talk about it in Madden sometimes. Call the plays that work. Kyle Shanahan's gonna call the plays that work. Calling the plays that work, 85 Kittle, 23 McCaffrey, 10 deep, 19 Debo.
Ayuk is there, so as long as they catch it, as long as the Chiefs wide receivers catch the ball, they win the game. That's how I say it. And we got Taylor Swift in the building. Taylor Swift is not going home crying. Taylor Swift is gonna Swift it up. This is all in part of the plan. Taylor Swift is supposed to. They can't have the white girl go home crying. Nah, they gotta have her happy. And we're kissing Kelsey at the end of the Super Bowl. It's gonna be like, oh, this is all great, setting up next year's halftime show. So that's why.
Get out of here with this fucking Disney movie, man.
All right, guys. All is love. Everything is wrestling. We'll holler at you next week with more talk about the week that wasn't professional wrestling. But thank y'all. Love, support, follow, like, do all that good shit. And we'll talk to y'all next week. Peace.
Peace. My wife got me a TV for the Super Bowl for the garage, man.
Congratulations.
Lit. So
yo, you need to throw a Super Bowl party one of these years, yo.
Maybe Cowboys, Jets.
Yeah, Days, you gotta come through, man. Days, you gotta come through too, man, because he got the whole house down there and home. He got a whole, you gotta see his new spot. It's dope, man. He's dope. He's living life down there in Florida. We gotta send it. You
gotta pull back up, Cheaty.
Oh well, I will, man. And Dad, you gotta come through, man. We gotta have a whole 6553 reunion, dog. All right. All right, talk to y'all. I'll see y'all later. Thank you for showing up, Days. Thank you for showing love. All love. Everything is wrestling. Peace out, guys.
Peace.